Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your November 2021 reading. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising sign for a more well-rounded perspective. And if you would like a reading for you specifically in your situation, feel free to check out the description box below for links to my website. All right, let's go ahead and begin. We are leaving the month of October with an overall page of cups. There's a development in your intuitive practice and your intuitive connection, and I just feel like you are embracing something regarding some work that you've been doing on a spiritual level, on an intuitive level, on a connection regarding spirituality that you have been doing some work on, and you've just kind of reached a point where you've embraced some sort of illumination or some sort of connection that has been a long time coming. In this whole embracing of this, whether you want to perceive it as the moon or the sun, it doesn't matter whether it's an illumination from the sun or embracing the subconscious of self in the represented by the moon. It doesn't matter how you apply this. There's just this overall sense of finally accepting something, finally understanding and comprehending something about yourself, about your gifts, about your intuition, about your spiritual connection, and just sort of finally being able to have your arms fully open and drawing that down and making that a part of you and beginning the new steps in your life as a result of this. So there are stumbling blocks and pushbacks that you have been experiencing prior to this, and it's not that you don't have work still to do, but the resistance is going to be less because there's a comprehension that has resulted most recently as you were exiting the month of November. We are coming in with the Sun card next, and I feel like you're entering the month of November, and this is something that's going to vibrate. The frequency of this is going to continue to flow through the month of November, but there's just this overall sense of success that has happened. The revelation, I feel it's connected with this card. There's been a sense of revelation. There's been a sense of things coming together. There's been a sense of understanding. And as a result of it, there's a opportunity for a victory dance. You understand that things, there's just clarity. There's just no other way to put it. There, you've reached a point of clarity in the things that you've been working toward. This clarity is something that you've been working towards. Even when you were frustrated, you continued to work towards this clarity because you knew it was there. You knew it was waiting for you. You just had to come at it from a different angle to finally to see it and embrace it in its wholeness. And so there's just an overall happiness that is filling your being because you've reached this pivotal point in your connection, in your practice, in your beliefs. And there's a transition that's happening. I'm being drawn in to see the amount of butterflies that we see depicted in this picture. And oftentimes the esoteric butterflies are used to indicate transformation, major transformation, not just a shift, not just a tiny little change, but a bit of a rebirth that has changed you on a large scale from something that was to something that is. It's a rebirth and a change that is very distinctive. You know, when you think of a rebirth from the perspective of shedding skin, like the snake skin that you oftentimes see, the difference is that you're just growing into a new version, growing into the new size of yourself. You grew out of the old skin and you're growing into the new skin. This is more of a transformation that you can look back in photos, for lack of a better term, whether you're recollecting mentally, it's hypothetical, or physically. You can see a physical form that existed and who you were, but through this transition and the way you've changed, there's a very definitive difference. You are a different being as a result of this, and that is one of the reasons why you are experiencing not just the elation and the dancing, need to dance and celebrate the way that you are, but the happiness that is coming in with this. As you move towards the end of the month, we have the Knight of Discs, and I feel like this is just a slowing down is going to happen, and I feel that there's going to be a bit of a frustration with this, because I do feel like that overall sense of how, since you feel like you've come to this revelation, you feel like things should be coming together faster now. And I feel like that part of the frustration that you had been experiencing before, part of the resistance and the pushback that you were experiencing before, stumbling blocks, if you want to call it that, you've taken in the perception that all of that was the sole result of not coming to this epiphany. And there's an overall feeling that since you have finally come to and fully embraced this epiphany and recognized the transformation that has occurred because you have embraced this epiphany, there's an overall sense that that you feel like that means now everything should come together, smooth terrain should be in front of you, and the slowness that you may have been experiencing as far as things coming together should go away. But the truth of the matter is that not only is it not going to speed up, there's still some preparatory work to be done. Even though you have advanced to the stage in your life where you were a page, you are still a page. So when you were taking the concept of the hierarchy or the rank of a page, it's someone who's still in training. You lived your life with life experience and did the things that you needed to do to be taken on as someone who could be considered worthy of being a page or an apprentice, or whatever the case may be, however that is applied. But once you've become apprentice, you're not now the thing that you are apprenticing for. You're now in official training for whatever it is that you are going towards. And so keep that in mind, because the hurry that I feel that you feel should be coming in play is not going to be coming in play. You're actually going to be told to slow down. There's still a process. There's still steps that need to be taken. There's still certain goals that need to be accomplished. There's still certain things that need to be done. There's still certain understandings that need to be comprehended. However you want to apply that to you and your situation, that is still something that you're going to have to face. And so there is an overall, the disc is coming in strong with a speed energy, and the speed with the disc is to slow down. Discs have to do with earth. It has to do with grounding. So I'm getting an overall sense that no, it's not time to rush in. It's actually time to slow down and take your time, because there's still some processes that you have to go through to become queen, for lack of a better, going with the hierarchy that we're looking at and working with this analogy. There's still steps that need to be taken for you to advance. Again, if you're taking it from the concept of being an apprentice, by being accepted into the apprenticeship doesn't make you the thing. It means you're now accepted into the training. So there is still a slowing process that is ahead of you. It's just the pushback and resistance that you were feeling, that's gone. But there's still things that need to be accomplished. There's still things that need to be comprehended and understood. And so there's still a process that needs to be had. You are being permitted to move forward, because oftentimes when you show yourself, when you are accepted as the apprentice, you still get to do the work. Your work is just overseen by those who are training you. And this can be, this can be a job orientation. This could be, family. This, in some regard, it could be somehow applied to position in the family, however that applied. And this can also be in the spiritual realm. Like, even if it's not a mentor in the physical land, a physical, tangible earth sphere, even if it's a spiritual training that you're getting, if you are tapping into and you're doing spirit work and you have been accepted as an apprentice by some spirit guides or some sort of god or goddess or deity or whatever the case may be, they've just accepted, and now they're still going to oversee you doing the thing that you're training to do. But there's still a process of training that is going to be occurring, and I hope that makes sense, and I hope it doesn't frustrate you to too much. And I really hope that is just coming through as your guides want it to come through, because I do feel a bit of a disheartening with this message, and I hope that is not how it's coming through. It's just an overall message of, yes, you're in training. Yes, you are going to be doing the work. Yes, you are to move forward with doing the work, whatever the work is, but the process is still slow. There's still some training that needs to be done. There's still a process, essentially. All right, we are ending with the card Owl, Wise Seeing, Wise Action, and I feel like this is actually kind of summing up what I've already said about having a mentor and being an apprentice, and how you need to make sure that you're still tapping into that wisdom of someone or something whether it's someone or spirit that has the wisdom of whatever craft that you are participating in this page, or other aspect of your life, if that applies to some other aspect of your life. Overall, there's just an overall sense that you need to remember the wise ones who have come before you, who understand this through the eyes and the filter of years and years of experience. And make sure that you remember you can turn to them. You don't have to do this alone. And also remember that whenever you are facing a moment where it's not coming easy to you, that you can still turn to them for advice. Still going with the analogy of an apprentice, if you are learning something, even if you've learned the craft and you can still do it, you're not going to have the same skill set and smooth moves as the person who's been doing it for years and years and years. And so you can still, while you're doing it, look to that person or spirit for guidance, and have them show you how it is that you can do it better, do it smoother, do it more effectively, do it with more wisdom. But this is all kind of coming in with that mentorship, if you're factoring in the analogy of being an apprentice. All right, Aquarius, that is all I have for you for this month. I hope it is an expansive and an enjoyable month for you. I hope you have the spiritual connections that you have been desiring, and other connections that you've been desiring as you move through life. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising for a more well-rounded perspective. And if you'd like something that is more personal to you and your needs, be sure to check out the description box below for links to my websites. Other than that, have a beautiful month, and we'll see you in a future video.